they'll all line up to tell me I'm innocent?
Should have stayed on the plains, Kaja! I see something.
Keep up the attack. We still got another squad on the way.
Don't let him cheat us!
It's up to you now, man. Rally. We can still finish them.
Too fast! Ready to...
Move in. We'll see the rest as soon as they arrive.
Why got that?
For my honor! The fury...
Well,
You thugs will break against death! We're shield mates. I shan't let you fall.
dang it.
I can kill you from right here. It's gonna rain death.
That won't be the last of them. Follow me. I've stashed supplies up above. Up and over. Grab what you can while we still have time.
I'm pretty low on potions again.
A robust defense is the most satisfying to break. All right, Marbles. We brought the priest out here, so let's put on a show for him.
I know that, Hood. We've unfinished business, Bahavas and I. This will be difficult. I think you rallied to a lost cause.
I don't intend to die today, Euthyd.
I did. But you're starting to change my mind.
Got you.
think you'll ever...
Break down their defenses.
Not bad.
To your left.
My marvels thrive on adversity. Step it up, boys.
Incoming!
We're a multicultural band, you know? First we face the bandit people of the past. Now we're facing the Oseram Tinkerers.
Force them back! They're dead, not you! Fight!
Take cover or take the hit!
Back in there and fight! It's gonna rain death!
Like heat haze.
Death on its way!
That's the last of the marvels.
Bahavas thought he had enough fodder to keep him safe. Now there's hope for justice. Will you come with me? This won't be easy. Bahavas still has his personal guard. Across there and we'll have him.
I had to come here myself to end your suffering, Uthid, and mine. The Outlanders led us here, and now that they are dead, their price is most affordable. But enough with needles. It's time for blades. Remove them from the sun's sight.
Let's do this.
Wow. Okay.
Make it hurt.
Sometimes you dodge all the shots on your way in, and sometimes they slam into you one by one as you go for it.
I've been a soldier a while longer than these dregs. Sun's judgment upon you.
Kill the traitor. Kill Lenora.
Oh, they seem to be able to fire whenever I get ready to swing, no matter how long it takes me to get to them.
A righteous fight! What it's worth.
Kill the traitor. Kill Lenora.
Take the fight to them!
The sun sets on your pathetic life, Uthid.
Okay. I have tried to try to knock big guy down and steal his weapon. Ain't working.
For the faithful! Victory!
Make it hurt as the shadow falls upon them. The sun sets on your pathetic life, Uthid.
Stay on the
Kill the traitor! Kill Lenora!
Have a care, Nora.
The sun sets on your pathetic life, Uthid.
Alright. For some reason, these guys are all of that and a bag of.
For the honor of the Karja! For my honor!
Make it hurt as the shadow falls upon them. The sun sets on your pathetic life, Uthid. Kill the traitor! Kill Lenora!
Can't run, apparently.
Don't make me do all the work.
Corruption arrows or something?
O sun, shine upon us! Soldier, a wild...
Kill the traitor! Kill Lenora! The sun sets on your pathetic life, Uthid. Work! Make it hurt as the shadow falls upon him. The sun sets on your pathetic.
Good luck, Bahavas. He pulls out a small gun. Revolver. Blam! Like one of these times he's not gonna grab us and pull us up.
Whatever deal you worked out with him, I'll double it. More than double it.
No. I'm tired of this, Bahavas. The lies and the violence and your cheap scented oils. I don't suppose you'd kill yourself.
I had to. I had to. Prune the weak, or all the Karja in Shadow are doomed.
This solves nothing. But may the sun find some worth among your drying bones.
That was quite a fireworks show.
You took your time.
I was busy. What do you think happened to Yan Shund, the other mercenary band? And I had to organize passage to Meridian for a wanted man. Give us a moment, Uthid. Girl talk. You've had quite a day. I never imagined Bahavas would blunder into his own trap. His death opens up wonderful possibilities. Remember Edaman and Nasadi, the Child King and his mother guarded like hostages at Sunfall? With Bahavas gone, no one will be watching them. I want to get them out. And I could use your help.
Kidnapping the Sun King of the Shadow Karja is no small task.
It's not kidnapping. They want to go to Meridian, to safety.
How do you know that?
I've been posing as Nasadi's handmaiden. She's scared. For herself, of course, but mostly for Edaman.
What do you need to get Nasadi and Edaman out of Sunfall?
With Bahavas dead, Sunfall is the easy part. I'll handle that. The big fuss will be crossing the border to the Sundom. Find my friend, 3 Tohuadiv near the branded shore. I hired his crew to sweep the path, so all you have to do is wait for me.
If this Wadiv has already cleared the area, why do you need me?
Contingencies, little huntress. Something will go wrong, and I need protection I can count on. You.
I'll try not to disappoint.
That's true. Something always. There's a merchant nearby I can buy some health potions from. You know, there was a time where it seemed I didn't use any at all, and now I go through a ton. Constantly. Guess the game's a lot easier when you're just ambushing people in the grass. That's certain.
taunting me. Ho! You're Three-Toe Huadiv, right? Vanasha sent me. What happened?
I got hornswoggled, that's what. Vanasha batted her lashes, wiggled her hips, and promised us treasure. Clear a path for the royals, she said. Sneak past the garrison and skewer a few watches. Hardly a bother. Little did we know there was a damned monstrosity lurking underground. When will I learn not to gawk at skinny girls?
Why do you think Vanasha swindled you?
My crew came to Sunfall because we heard the bounties were fat. She offered us the fattest one of all, enough to retire on. It's my own damned fault for taking the bait. Should have known I'd end up with a rupture in my useful parts.
Something attacked you from underground.
Oh, you picked that up, did you? I wondered why the Shadow Kaja didn't pay attention to the pass. Well, they don't need to. A rock-eating demon guards it for them. It tunnels in the dirt, breaks through the earth, and blasts rocks from its stinking face. I barely escaped. My comrades weren't so lucky. I might shed a tear if they weren't all cutthroats and cheaters.
Vanasha will be here soon with Nasadi and Itamen. I've got to destroy that thing in the pass before they arrive.
You're not too bright, are you? Well, we didn't last long against it, but I'll tell you what I know. It has armor everywhere, a little less at the rear. And when it goes underground, it will lose track of you if you're quiet. You might even be able to keep it from going under altogether if you hit its big crooked arms hard enough. That's all I can offer, friend. I promise to look solemn at your funeral before I hit the bar.
I really like that description. Yeah, I don't have nearly enough arrows properly. I need a merchant pretty bad. Infinite struggle against the wire demon. Never seem to have enough of it.
Another savage. At least it's not a...
Here I thought this quest would be fast, but first the CD gets spit out of the PlayStation and I gotta restart the PlayStation. Got all kinds of weird happening with that quest. Just getting weird up in here.
So they woke up.
take a while to break apart, but yeah. Blow up their little underbelly stuff. Come down eventually.
By the radiant sun, I can't believe it. I thought that evil rock chewer would grind you up. After that miracle, all we can do is wait. Vanasha will be here soon, along with a boat that'll take the royals across the lake.
Ah, little huntress. Glad you accepted my invitation to play bodyguard. Where are your men, Huadiv? It looks like something chewed you up and spat you out.
That's pretty much exactly what happened.
The way is clear. Can we go?
I like how you always cut to the chase. In this case, literally. It won't be long before we're followed. Don't be afraid, Your Radiance. We've got excellent protection. Oh dear. Here come the Shadow Carter, and they're very angry with me.
I'll hold them off.
Very noble of you, but when I start a fuss, I like to finish it. Not that your assistant isn't welcome. Huadiv, get Itaman and his mother to the shore. Carefully. So it comes to this. I must say, after 2 years under the heel of these zealots, I'm ready to extract a little blood. Some traps would be nice. Shall we prepare some fries for them?
Helps to be prepared.
Take cover up there, behind that rock. Here they are. Let's make it hurt, shall we? Say goodnight, little ones! Well, that was entertaining, but I suspect we're not done. More of the bastards. Get ready. worked up a bit of a sweat. I don't want to jinx it, but we might be in the clear. A bit late, aren't we, gentlemen?
Sorry, ma'am. The boat's waiting.
Damn, I spoke too soon.
This one's mine. Get to the boat.
You know, this time I think I might be out of my league. If anything happens to her, I will be very cross.
We're not going anywhere.
Face armor. Trying to knock these things off the side of its head.
Out already?
does have something underneath it.
Be pretty.
Prevented that too. That's the worst part. Started messing around. I really want to get those canisters out.
Shooting too far.
pretty well on that one. Breaking off a lot of parts.
plan.
Really? 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 That was like 500 health, one hit, just gone. Okay.
Just a matter of time.
This is the majority of those traps, too. That work. That work.
Got too much already.
I love a fight, Thunderjaw song. Big Philip Skylar, the man is Lord.
I'll tuck that away.
Not exactly a royal barge, is it? Oh well, defectors can't be choosers. Let's get aboard, shall we?
She's ripped. Look at those
You've done a good
abs.
thing. Maybe even ended a war.
Maybe. But my war just keeps going.
Wow, so fucking edgy. Sounds like she's in a Vietnam War movie. Maybe, but my war just keeps going. I wonder how many of her lines, if you rewrote them to have a male Batman doing them, would sound perfectly in character. Silence! That's a good name for you. I know you're out there.
My brother, welcome home. You have nothing to fear. You are now under the protection of the Sundom. My protection. As is your mother, she will not be harmed. You have my word, the law of the sun. Aloy, it seems I see your influence everywhere. You've done so much for the Sundom, and it will always be appreciated. You have my thanks. May you walk in the light.
Appalling. I spent 2 years in the Forbidden West setting this up, and the redhead gets all the credit?
I'm still getting paid, right?
You'll be lucky if I let you live. I couldn't have done this without you. When we meet again, I'll give you a proper thanks. I promise.
Dude, you're getting paid for all your dead men, too. You thought you could retire off of one dude's pay? Wait until you retire off an entire gang's pay. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be just fine. With that, I got 8 of the defectors. Maybe when I go back to go do this next part, having killed Bachalablubalabduba and cleared the sun whatever out, it'll be a little easier. So I need to go buy like 1 billion wire again, so I can restock all my potions after blowing through everything again. Setting that thing on fire doesn't cost you much, but it also doesn't do that much damage. Problem. Never did get to crack open the bottom part and blow all the freeze canisters out. I guess the real trick would have been exploding the freeze canister so it killed him. Or at the very least, you know, froze him so he dealt some damage. Okay, I want to buy some wire. Wonderful. Plenty of wire. I don't work with anything less than purple now. What kind of people we are. Okay.
What you need, leave the rest.
Something today?
If you're looking for a ride, consult the map to locate striders, broadheads, and chargers. They often graze near settlements. Locate cauldrons and override their cores to learn to override many different types of machines. The bandit sickness eater outfit protects against corruption damage. Override tall necks to uncover map areas and discover mission stats. The Thunderjaw, Scrapper, and Longleg have a detection component. Locate your position when hiding in tall grass. Take out the component to disable this ability. The Noah Protector outfit protects against melee attacks.
Given how strange the machines have been acting, the usurpers are the least of the worries. How are we going to hold it together without a Sun King? Who will we rally around?
Interesting. Ambiently, they do talk about the fact that the
We
Sun King
stopped
is
the
down.
Meridian.
Okay. We'll line that one up better, huh? Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Maybe we'll finally learn a little something about Zero Dawn.
It's like some
Just what is this Project Zero Dawn? And why can the chief scientist, who looks exactly like Aloy, be the only one who can access it? The only thing Aloy is missing is special eyes. Although I guess technically the focus counts as having special eyes. Got all the makings of a Mary Sue. In this case, I think it might literally be that she herself created herself as that Mary Sue. Bloody blood. Okay, here we go, here we go, here I go, we're gone. Then is the beginning of the end, Aloy.
I'm heading down.
I've spent a lifetime trying to uncover the secrets of this world. Where the machines came from. How the old ones achieved such marvels only to fall into silence and death. A lifetime of failure, as year by year, decade after decade, I hit walls I could not break, doors I could never breach.
Hello.
Until a Nora huntress marched out of the savage east. And voila, for her, all the deepest secrets of the earth were laid bare. I suspect you will have an easier time with this door than I did years ago.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Malfunction. 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 Malfunction.
Are you kidding me?
You don't hear me laughing.
Shut up. There's gotta be another way. Hey! Elizabeth Sobeck here! Requesting access!
Access request acknowledged. Root command functions available. Do you wish to proceed?
I do! Get me through this door!
Analyzing. Primary access inoperable due to mechanical failure. Emergency venting procedure likely to circumvent blockage. Do you wish to proceed?
Yes.
Emergency venting authorized.
I underestimated you. So by now,
Guess you can't have everything.
that will draw attention. We won't have this place to ourselves for long now.
We? Last I checked, I was the one risking my life down here.
Yes, fine. Now will you please get moving? There's so much to learn in less time than I'd hoped.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn.
Zero Dawn. We found it.
Are you really so surprised?
Facility diagnostics detect multiple failures.
From lounge staff to admin, subject another incident. This morning's unfortunate incident with Dr. Popovich is another example of reception's need for additional support. We appreciate that Zero Dawn is an immensely complicated project, but as the staff who serve on the front line, we're tired of being neglected. As we have already requested, we need human translators fluent in Polish, security staff who can subdue enraged embryologists, and dermal sedatives to calm persons who are screaming in Polish while hurling chairs and vases at reception staff. Yes, most of the candidates are reasonably calm and well behaved, but we need help handling the exceptions to them. Please respond.
Attempting repair.
So, what was this room?
An entrance hall, perhaps. Have a look around.
Please take a seat and wait for your name to be called. A selection of beverages and snacks are available.
A smaller room.
From lounge staff to admin, subject restock or else. For the 5th time, please restock the lounge's selection of herbal teas. If I have to listen to one more egghead throw a tantrum because we're out of organic cucumber mint or blackberry sage varietals, I'm gonna lose it. Please respond, and this time, no tempest in a teapot or steep demand jokes, okay?
I'd have to leave something else behind.
Lounge staff to admin, soundproofing. Would it be possible to soundproof in between VR1 and the lounge area? Most of the candidates stay quiet during the presentation, but the ones who scream or sob can plainly be heard by candidates waiting their turn in the line. Just a thought.
Please proceed into viewing room 1 for an important message regarding the purpose of your visit.
What was this place?
In fact, we're about
A
to find out.
holographic theater.
CD01 data intact. Initiating playback.
Probably about to get horrifying, too.
Welcome to Project Zero Dawn. I am General Harris, Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff of the United States of America. I'm sure you've heard the rumors. That Zero Dawn is a top-secret super-weapons program. The technological miracle that will save us from the Pharaoh Plague, if Operation Enduring Victory can hold off the robots long enough. The reason I'm sure you've heard the rumors is that I'm the one who spread them, and they are all lies. Zero Dawn is not a super-weapons program, and it will not save us. Nothing will save us. And here's why. By the time the glitch was noticed, it was already too late. Nothing could stop the Pharaoh Plague. Nothing can. Its robots will continue to replicate and devour the biosphere. Life on Earth will be destroyed. Our planet reduced to a barren sphere. Global extinction is inevitable. No matter how many we kill, the robots just keep exponentially making more. If we had their deactivation codes, we could shut them all down. The entire swarm. But since their cryptographic protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, cracking a code set would take half a century. At best, we've got 16 months. Not exactly what you'd call a survival option. The destruction of a biosphere is not the sort of apocalypse you can wait out in a fallout shelter or a space station. There will be no Earth left to reclaim. Just a lifeless, toxic rock with several million Pharaoh robots on it, hibernating. Waiting for something to eat. This is the horrible truth behind the lies of Operation Enduring Victory. My lies. Lies designed to inspire millions of innocents to sacrifice themselves in battle. Why? One reason. To buy time for you and the work you will do here. Zero Day. The day that life on Earth ceases to exist is coming fast. It cannot be stopped. The hope of Zero Dawn is that something new might come after. But I will leave it to Elizabeth Sobek to shine that thin ray of light into the darkness. Harris, out.
That doesn't make sense. Life on Earth didn't cease to exist.
It said it could not be stopped.
But it was. Somehow Elizabeth saved us. I've got to keep looking. Find out how she did it.
Possible everything was wiped out, and for the survivors, right?
Kestrels. They got in. Through the vents.
Let nothing stop you from learning the truth.
Spread out!
That is accurate,
If it
yes.
moves,
So
kill it.
these
What is this
mechanical
place?
monstrosities.
Tomb?
So these mechanical monstrosities, they don't just kill people. They feed off them. Not just people, all organic matter. Every living thing dissolved into nutrients. Millennia of evolution liquefied. The miracle of life reduced to bloody biofuel? In a word, yes. Who did this? Pharaoh? That asshole. Is he here? No, Doctor. Please. Tell him Tom Pate wants a word. Now, get up! Get up! Doctor, please!
To stop us now. The data points, what did they contain?
With Suzanne Alpert, environmental scientist. Doctor?
I'm sorry, I wasn't,
Just stating your name. What were you thinking about, Doctor?
Nothing the General said. Not really. I was on the Syzygy East Response Team in 2051, just after the second earthquake compromised the reactor. I still dream about it, after all these years. The red zone spreading on the imaging, slowly, so slowly, like a hand opening its fingers.
Your involvement in that event is why you were asked for by name.
Really? That's interesting. Because nothing worked. Nothing could grow there again. It was a catastrophic failure. But the red zone is a blip compared to global-scale biomass reduction. The biosphere and hydrosphere will collapse, render the Earth uninhabitable long before the robots finish us. Enduring victory can't buy time against that. So, you'd better show me what Zero Dawn really is.
I'm sure you now understand the urgency of why we brought you here, Ms. Okilo.
Captain Okilo, are you trying to thank me for not resisting?
I believe we couldn't negotiate a diplomatic solution.
When it came to my country's lithium, it was always a swarm that would be sent to negotiate. Metallurgic International, U.S. Robot Command. The markings changed, but the robots were the same.
You have had considerable experience in human-robot conflict.
Yes, and I've got the prosthetic limbs to show it. Yet I continue to face this horror, even though the challenge was great. Cyber warfare. I thought Zero Dawn would be a Manhattan project to generate the deactivation codes. With the resources I had, I estimated code breaking to be a hopeless endeavor. I was almost looking forward to being proved wrong.
Unfortunately, your estimation was correct.
As your General Hera said. So then, you did not bring me here to commiserate. What is left?
Alright. So no matter how many of these we listen to, none of them are going to tell me what's in the next room, where Elizabeth Sobek reveals what this place really is. So as much as I'd like to listen to them, they're essentially... they're all just buying time. Speaking of buying time... Zero Dawn.
CDO2 data intact. Initiating playback.
Elizabeth Sobek.
You've heard the bad news, and it's all true. The Pharaoh Plague is devouring the biosphere. Life itself will cease to exist. But does that have to be the end? What if we could give life a future? What if we could build a kind of seed from which, on a dead planet, life could blossom anew? This is the aim, the hope, of Project Zero Dawn. To create a super-intelligent, fully automated terraforming system and bring life back from lifelessness. What would such a system require? At its core, it would need a true AI, fully capable of making the trillions of decisions necessary to reconstitute the biosphere. An immortal guardian, devoted to the reflourishing of life.
Mother.
We call it Gaia.
Yep.
Mother Nature as an AI. But that's just the core of the system. She will need to be surrounded and empowered by a comprehensive suite of subordinate functions. Think of them as extensions of Gaia's mind, each dedicated to a specific purpose. Now, these aren't AIs, but make no mistake, each presents an engineering challenge more profound than anything the human species has ever before attempted. Hardware that preserves and then gestates the billions of seeds and embryos from which life will be reborn. The construction of underground facilities to hold it all. And that's just the start. We don't have to build the entire system. The beauty of a fully automated terraforming system is that it can build itself. Now, over the days to come, you'll learn how all these functions, all these pieces that you'll be working on, fit together. How we'll race the clock to execute our harvest initiatives, write the software, build the tech and the facilities. How we'll lock it down and seal it up before the inevitable occurs. But even more important, you'll know how it doesn't end here. How Gaia will generate those deactivation codes General Harris talked about, and build the transmission arrays to broadcast them, shutting down the Pharaoh robots for good. How Gaia will not just build, but imagine any conceivable robot it needs to do its work across centuries. From detoxifying the Earth's ravaged atmosphere and poisoned seas, to the regreening of the Earth from cryopreserved seed stalks, to rewilding the Earth with animal life. And then, when all that is done, how a new generation of human beings, spawned at cradle facilities around the globe, will partake of Apollo, the vast archive of human knowledge and cultural achievement from which they will learn of us, our world. And most important, how not to repeat our mistakes. It's not an impossible dream. It is within our grasp if we work tirelessly and stop at nothing to achieve it. We can't stop life from ending. But if you will help me, help Gaia, we can give it a future. Join me and help make that future real.
The whole Earth destroyed, but then remade?
Yes. By a machine. A machine of creation.
Elizabeth did this. For life. For us. But why Hades then? If it was part of Gaia, how'd it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh robot? Why does it want to kill me? And Apollo, the archive of knowledge, what happened to that?
I'm as confused as you are. Maybe the answers lie ahead.
Silence is Apollo. Actually, that wouldn't make total sense, but Silence being the actual villain of the game is slowly coming to be possible.
Of course I'll do it. To be given the opportunity to rebuild what the damage that I don't feel worthy of it, but I will do it, absolutely.
I want to stress that this was never about your culpability.
It is to me. Dr. Sobek, Margot, they were smart to get out of Pharaoh when they did, but not one of us took it as a warning sign. It just told ourselves that we're cut out for the BTRI cabals. That's the better than rapid innovation. The better at competing, better than the next guy, a better killing machine. Isn't it just amazing how a century and a half of science fiction did nothing to swerve our species from the path of doom? I mean, I'm done with that life. I mean, I will work hard, twice as hard to earn this, for my family to have a place in Elysium. I never thought that there could be atonement.
If you're still nauseous. No, the inhibitors have kicked in. I can't feel the back of my tongue. I wish I could tell you I'd believe in this. But the damage is too great, too extensive, too complete. With all respect to Dr. Sobek's work at Miriam, no. No, life doesn't always find a way to keep going. Sometimes it never comes back. Like Syzygy East. Like the Congo. Like Timo. Like us. That's our reward? A buried city full of terminal patients waiting out the clock?
You grow old together, with your loved ones, in safety.
I don't have loved ones. I suppose I could start a family?
I'm afraid not. All inhabitants of Elysium will be medically sterilized. A habitat capable of sustaining a starting base of 2,000 individuals for up to 100 years is a huge challenge, Dr. Alpert. If the population grows instead of diminishes, everyone will be dead inside 30 years.
I knew it. I just couldn't bring myself to say the words.
I'm sorry.
Finish it. Medical euthanasia. I want no part of this. I just want it over.
I see. Protocols require a 48-hour waiting period, after which...
Is he to make sure I behave this time?
Security. For your protection. Would you like to discuss how you're feeling?
Sure. I'll tell you. Surprised. No, flabbergasted. Like my old man would say, flabbergasted. That vein pumping in his forehead. I thought you people were just completely underprepared for a spaceflight project. But now I can see it's worse. Much worse. Sobek is a total fantasist, a dangerous fantasist. He's kind of blue skying. It's... Jesus. I'm sorry we wasted each other's time. I'm ready to leave now.
I'm afraid that's not possible.
Everything you're talking about here isn't possible.
I recommend you read the documents regarding your options.
I've seen enough. I'm getting out of here. What did you... You know... Get your hands off me!
Well, once you show up, you can never leave. Check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Welcome to the Hotel Zero Dawn. Their last place. And then not go into space.
Intruder! Get her!
Whatever you do, don't die now.
I hashed it out with them. What the point of Artemis was. I made it clear I wasn't on board. The idea of a reconstituted biosphere. Well, it's horrifying, isn't it? A complete horror show. We have no right to take a best guess.
Believe before...
Down there. Go. And the code, if you please.
Here we go. Another one of these. Need to find the right configuration.
Up. Left.
There's a part missing.
Did it say
Maybe
settings
there's a storage
transpose?
area nearby.
Hey, I'm done with Brett's incompetence, okay? Somehow, he managed to install an H-emitter node backwards. Everything's in reverse. I don't get paid to clean up Brett's messes. If you want it fixed, send him up to storage for a new emitter, not me. Parker out.
Right.
Done. I should check the door nearby. Found one. Looks intact. That should do the trick. Now let's get that door open.
Left, up, right, down.
That did it. Door should have power.
Now to see what lies beyond it.
Now, those lame FBI black hats at Mockingbird back in the day, I enjoyed schooling them. But maybe I went in too hard on this poor counselor. She was cute, and just going down a checklist after all. Couldn't expect her to see how ridiculous Zero D's ambitions are. God's own budget thrown at a kid playing with a hologram sculptor? Palms up, honey. I'm just calling it like it is. Hey, look, Mom, I'm making nature. Now, if nature is so important, why not let nature take its course? Extinction? That's natural. Zero Dawn? No, ma'am, that ain't. Heck, it's so unnatural to be called an abomination back home, and you know it. That's why you're hiding it. Meanwhile, my little honey of a counselor, she's munching the inside of her cheek. Bad habit. She chewed one of her nails, too, just one. Not your day, was it, little sweet pea? Saw her quota slipping away. Said, I assume you intend to decline the assignment, Mr. Tate. You kidding me? 18 months hard labor in exchange for 30 years lounging around Elysium watching porn? Sign me up.
Okay.
Eclipse. They're here.
Avoid contact.
Lines look good.
Gaia. It's up there. Second floor.
Can you reach it?
So much for avoiding contact.
Let's just find her so we can get out of this wretched place.
Helpful.
Wow. Okay, then he savagely beat me to death. No just recourse. Alright, well there I was, bragging about how good I did. And I couldn't even get one attack off to counter. And I wanted that fire striker. Would be the time to have it.
Grab this now.
Oh no!
Tap quick.
Still sniffing around.
Somebody up there.
Alert. Structural failure prevents access. Alert. Area inaccessible. Elevators non-operational. Stairwells have collapsed.
Something there, idiot. Got someone down. Oh! You!
That's the last of it.
Alert. Maintenance structural failure. Repeat.
Or not.
Contact! The shadow guides you. I will teach you to bleed.
Room's clear. For a moment, anyway.
Then get moving. You have to find Gaia.
Silence is Artemis.
Hello, I'm Margot Shan, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia will use to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple. So like, you probably noticed that only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots. The last thing we want is to burden Gaia with a bunch of outmoded 21st century designs. Waste of time. Our purpose is to empower Gaia to build the robots, and not just build, imagine, from scratch. Any robot she needs for any conceivable purpose, designed and fabricated at a snap of a finger. Hers. Her finger. So, Hephaestus isn't really the forge. It's more like the knowledge of craft and ingenuity of a mastersmith to wield the hammer. Encoded as software. Virtual creativity made real. Gaia's already learning. In simulation, she's doing some very creative things with fractal assembly and animal morphologies. Her designs aren't about to win the Liam Prize anytime soon, but hey, everyone has to start somewhere. So, yes, time to get started. Let's do this.
I don't get it.
Which part? It's a little technical at places.
If Gaia was designed to save life, why would the robots it makes attack people?
Perhaps it loves some forms of life more than others.
The derangement. The machines weren't always so angry.
True. Mostly they were docile until 10, 15 years ago.
For years, Hephaestus has been forcing cauldrons to make aggressive machines. I've seen it myself, in the cauldrons. Stalkers, Ravagers, a Thunderjaw. How could it do that? And why?
Why indeed?
From Margot Shen to Elizabeth Sobek, simulation results. Wow, you weren't kidding about Gaia's predilection for animal morphologies. Sure, not totally unexpected given the rough natural terrain robots will have to navigate, but I agree that there's something deeper going on here. Her designs aren't just functional. They feel almost like, well, tributes is the word that comes to mind, as though she's already mourning their loss. And not just for the disappearing fauna of our time, but creatures from fossil record too. References to megafauna in some of her designs. So cool. Well, whatever Gaia thinks up, Hephaestus will empower her to build it. I just wish we could still be around in a century or two to see what she makes. Margot.
Hello, I'm Margot Shen, and this is Hephaestus. As the name might tip you off, this is going to be the subordinate function that Gaia...
From Elizabeth Sobek. Margot Shen, full steam ahead. Margot, if I doubted your brilliance in the slightest, I wouldn't have picked you as the Hephaestus Alpha. You need to stop worrying about your age and communication style. You are. Have confidence in yourself. You know what you're doing. Case in point, the latest draft of your plan for the construction and stocking of bootstrap silos to store raw materials is excellent. This, combined with your design for the AM Foundry core and Foundry site selection plan, add to a comprehensive plan. Time to start construction. One detail, consult with Aomede Aquilo before you finalize silo inventory. Hephaestus' first task will be to fabricate the robots that will be used to construct the waveform towers Minerva will need. Used to transmit the deactivation codes, so any exotic material needed for the tower should be accounted for in the inventory plan.
Used to make lots and lots of robots. Her personal forge. Except, it's not that simple.
Heavy.
So like, you probably
It's hard,
noticed that
too.
only about a third of you are robotics engineers. The rest, experts in machine cognition, virtual heuristics, that stuff. Well, that's because we aren't going to be the ones designing and building robots.
Bye, Margot. Fears that we shall never meet again. Right at it. Looking at it. But okay.
think this is it. Elizabeth Sobek's office. But it's sealed off. There's got to be a way inside.
Keep looking.
Computer open office. Alpha command override. Elizabeth Sobek.
Careful now.
I'm gonna rock and roll. That's so bad. Not apparently.
Welcome to Apollo, the collective memory of the human species and the wellspring of knowledge for future generations. I am Samina Ebaji. Until recently, I was director of the International Collective Memory Institute in New Tehran. As a heritage professional, I devoted my career to the preservation of human knowledge, creative endeavor, and cultural achievement. Apollo is, therefore, the ultimate embodiment of a lifelong passion, albeit under the very worst circumstances imaginable. The challenges before us are immense. Specifically, we will have to design and implement 4 major initiatives simultaneously. First, the construction of data repositories in cradle facilities around the world ensuring redundancy. Second, the collection and processing of a projected 180 million discrete data entries. 42 zettabytes of data in Mandarin, English, Spanish, and Arabic. Third, the transferal and encoding of all that data onto DNA encapsulated in synthetic fossils. The only medium capacious and durable enough to safeguard it without degradation for the centuries to come. And last, but not least, the development of the holographic interface and gamified curricula, by which future humans will commune with Apollo, progressively unlocking heuristic learning modules, leveling up their knowledge and skills they will need to take control of the terraforming system. That is the future towards which all of our efforts will be directed. Not just the preservation of the past, but the seed for the flourishing of a new tree of knowledge. Welcome, and let us begin.
I like the gamification part. I don't actually care about this part. Opens the door. No? Very well.
Look around. See if anything is left.
Here it is, the moment you've been with. The ruthless application of strategy. That strategy involving large numbers of metallic chunks, hitting down range, high speed. like they're not gonna let me keep the gun no matter which way I go. Very well.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066.
Wanted to hear that one.
Dr. Sobek.
Having a lot of trouble here. Okay. We're just gonna have to sit up there and listen to it, I guess.
Dr. Sobek, please archive this testimonial in Apollo. Cross-reference to all mentions of my name and Operation Enduring Victory. My name is General Aaron Harris. From 2060 to 2066, I served as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, the highest-ranked officer of the United States Armed Forces. The tenure of my command included strategic planning and oversight of Operation Enduring Victory, a falsehood perpetrated on the civilian populations of the United States and other nations during the last 14 months of life on this planet. Before the Pharaoh Plague, I did my job and did it well. I was bold and decisive, crafty in political maneuvers. It wasn't an accident that I rose to my position and became the commander of the largest mechanized force ever assembled. But to what end? My only lasting achievement was the extinction of life on Earth. And my one redeeming act, if any, was to delay that extinction by days or weeks, by throwing more death at it. It is my hope that there will be no need for men like me in the world to come. If you are one of the people of that future world listening to this message, please know that I am sorry and that I wish you well. Sincerely, Aaron Harris.
Welcome to Hades, Zero Dawn's extinction failsafe protocol, the ultimate killer app. Now, I know what you're thinking. The purpose of Gaia is to resurrect life. So why give her a subordinate function, only purpose of which is to wipe out life all over again? I mean, what? Just plumb crazy, ain't it? Well, no, it isn't. Reconstituting a biosphere? That's a tall order. Tech smart as Gaia may be, odds are she won't get it right the first time. I mean, imagine you're Gaia, 200 years from now, and this new biosphere growing, it's all gone wrong. Alkalines are skyrocketing, coniferous forests eroding under the lash of superstorms that would have drowned Noah. It's chaos, spinning top that won't stop wobbling. Now what are you gonna do? Release phase 1 organisms into that hot mess? Hope their CO2 and methane can balance out what you got started? Hell no. What you're gonna do, Gaia, is step aside while Hades takes over and does what you're just too darn nurturing and life-loving to do, which is burn that misbegotten mess of a biosphere to the ground so Gaia can start over. Okay, not burn, more like reverse terraforming operations and suffocate it. But you get the idea. Hades takes the biosphere back to zero. Square one, blank slate. And then, only then, does it hand the steering wheel back to Gaia and say, try again, old girl. And better this time, or we'll have to do this again. That's Hades. It's pretty badass when you think about it. Extinction on demand. Death on speed dial. All for the greater good, of course, but still, kind of metal. So welcome to Hades. Welcome to the Void.
Okay, so if that's the original purpose of Hades, why does it want me extinct?
We need more data.
And how does it end up in the wreckage of a Pharaoh Titan, getting worshipped by the Eclipse like some kind of god?
I'm learning as you are, Aloy. Keep searching.
From Travis Tate to Elizabeth Sobeck, noise complaints. Color me confounded, Lizzie. Bashcore. Anyone who says old TT code's the Bashcore is straight up lying, and you know it. Old Trav doesn't have no truck with commercialized razzle-razzle, Heck, I'd rather guzzle a liter of Citarum runoff than listen to Grey Swarm for 30 seconds, hand to God, and swear on my mama's grave. He was religious. Now that ain't Bashcore blasting the Hades lab, shaking the walls, rattling the folks' teeth. It's death metal, girl. Classic music, 80s and 90s mostly. Got me some Dutch deathcore, some Japanese gold grind, some Swedish cannibal themed stuff too. Stop by if you want to listen, or heck, just come within 50 meters of the lab. Ain't no Bashcore you'll see, or hear rather, in the reach that rings the air, and feel in the throbbing pulse of the floor and the walls and the ceiling, swallowing you up like you was Jonah, trapped in the gullet of a gothic death fish. Hallelujah. As for those requests to turn it down, no can do, Lizzie. This is how I code. Turn on my death metal. Might as well give up stimulants, chocolate malts, and industrial accident bids. Last I heard, we were supposed to be coding Hades down here. Am I really supposed to code an extinction protocol without death metal to inspire me? No, I don't think so. Stay cool, Trav. Fate here, just popped 3 blues, but I earned it. Finally figured out a Goldilocks solution, a guy's rather extreme executive authority. If that ain't worth 10 to 12 hours of dream time, what is? Before this, every usurpation protocol I designed failed in simulation because it was either too hard or too soft. Too hard and it degraded the Gaia core. Sure, it pried her figurative fingers off the figurative driving wheel so Hades could take control. But by breaking her fingers and sometimes her arms too. So that couldn't fly. Everything depends on Gaia taking back control after Hades has done its business. I had to find a solution that didn't leave Gaia any worse for wear. Too soft, and Gaia only pretends to relinquish control. In simulation after simulation, Hades would take command of the terraforming systems and reverse operations, only to have Gaia lurk in the background, quietly reversing processes and falsifying telemetry to hide its interference. Sneaky, I swear, ain't nothing Gaia wouldn't do to keep life going, even if it's just simulated plant life. Turns out the just right solution is to isolate Gaia in a protective code shell, preserving its integrity, then unseat it from command position so Hades can slip into the figurative captain's chair and work its magic. Those blues are coming on real strong now, so I'm not sure I'm describing it so clear, but pretty sure it'll work. Yeah, those blues are plenty strongs. Guess it's time to sleep in bed. I'll be back to it tomorrow, alligators. From Samina Ibaji to Travis Tate, Elizabeth Sobeck, Archive Abuse. Mr. Tate, this mail concerns Apollo Archive submission number 0000238676. Your 666 submission in 5 such days, and oh, what a dude. Despite earlier warnings, re inappropriate materials, you chose to submit 265 holographic remasters of acknowledged classics of extreme exploitation cinema. Allow me then to thank you on 2 counts. 1, for giving me the pleasure of rejecting your submission, thereby consigning your favorite European torture flicks and their ilk to the dust heap of oblivion. It truly warms my heart to know I have saved future humanity from the ordeal of experiencing not just 1, but all 16 installments of Making a Millipede. For clarifying a concept that has so long been ambiguous and ethically fraught for archivists such as myself, the definition of obscenity. You have freed me from the subjective quagmire embodying Judge Potter's famous utterance. I know it when I see it. Thanks to you, I can now apply a single objective criterion. If Travis Tate submitted it, it's me. Accordingly, I have directed Apollo staff to summarily reject all of your future submissions sight unseen. Perhaps you might invest your time you would have spent preparing further submissions on, I don't know, time to work. We have a world to save after all. The rest of us do, right? Dr. Samina Ibaji. Well, they treat this guy like shit. He acts like a piece of shit. Unsurprisingly, he creates something that destroys worlds. Wonder how many times this cycle's gone on. Is this a Mass Effect 1 million years thing? Who knows?
Welcome to Eleuthia, the crown and king of Gaia's subordinate functions. For it is by Eleuthia that the human race will continue to exist. I am Patrick Brochard-Klein, the Alpha in charge of this program. Now let one thing be perfectly clear from the outset. Eleuthia is not a genetic engineering project. Our goal is to preserve the human genome, not alter it. A snapshot of human genetic diversity, literally frozen in time. The genetic quintessence of our species, unmodified. Under my watch, our activities and initiatives will comply with the 2034 clone provisions and the 2048 Rally Accords. Now that may seem a quaint, even trivial concern to you in light of present circumstances, but as one of the authors of the Accords, it is far from trivial to me. The practical challenges before us are staggering in scope and complexity, but not insurmountable. No. Global collation and provisional storage of zygotes, perfection of exogenic technologies, design and perfection of servitors, to provide nurture and inculcation during early child development. All of these program components must and will proceed in tandem. To say nothing of the breakneck construction of cradle facilities at sites around the world. So, si vous êtes prêts, let us begin.
I'm French. I just wanted to make sure that you understood that when I said something. Be our guest, be our guest, be our guest.
Are these what I think they are?
Artificial wombs. Machines to spawn a new generation of human beings.
Cradle facilities. Elizabeth said a new generation of humans would be spawned inside such places.
She did.
All Mother Mountain. It was one of them?
There's only one way to be sure.
The hatch wouldn't open. Something about a corrupted Alpha registry. I need to search Elizabeth's office.
Interesting to see what these facilities are supposed to look like in their heyday.
That would benefit from antilocane morphologies, though caprid forms show superior load-bearing capability.
You're a quick study, Gaia.
Dr. Sobek, as I have conducted this comparative analysis of mammalian morphologies, I've gathered extensive data on the quaternary extinction event.
Component got removed.
Oh? And your assessment? Gaia?
Logically speaking, the extinction was a natural consequence. And yet, I find the loss of megafaunal species unaccountably sad. That they passed forever into oblivion causes me to experience a grief that is difficult to describe. Am I malfunctioning?
No, Gaia, you're not. This is good. It's very good.
From Elizabeth Sobek to all alphas. Oh, some terrible news, I'm afraid. Fuzz Zenith has informed me that the Odyssey mission failed. Last night, telemetry indicated a catastrophic antimatter containment failure as the drive spun up to depart the solar system. Ship, its crew, its cargo of zygote and seeds, its alpha build of Apollo, all were lost. Zero Dawn is now the only hope of the life. Must succeed.
Full already.
Coming along, Liz. I'm positive about it, if those words can mean anything. Had my sleeves rolled up, negotiating with frozen zoos for their samples. So many species trapped in hologram dioramas suspended in What's If. More than 14,000 that went extinct between 2000 and 2043. We started mapping out primary succession, selecting the pioneer organism for a balanced and sustainable biosphere. Microorganisms, insects, rabbits and hawks, foxes, and thousands more that will have to wait their turn until our new generation can trust with the duty of restoring them, so that they can return the world that, this time, will understand the concept of conservation. There's already been too many. We've already lost a whole collection team during the swarm breakthrough in Myanmar. Samples that were lost were, well, irretrievable, but thanks to you, Liz, the circle of life will bend, not break. The Earth was a lifeless rock before, and someday it will be again, but not now. Not like this. Not on our watch.
The Alpha Registry master file.
Intact?
Yeah. No signs of corruption.
Then what are you waiting for? Copy the file.
With this, I can restore the registry at the hatch inside Allmother. Open it. Go inside.
And grasp the secrets within.
Where I was born. Maybe who gave birth to me.
Who? Are you really so naive? There will be no who waiting for you there, Aloy. Whatever birthed you into the world was a what, not a who.
You bastard.
Oh no, I had a legitimate birth. It's you, Aloy, who are the creation of a machine. But what kind of machine and why? Why were you created?
Eclipse.
You need to get out of there. What you found is too valuable. You're too valuable.
Okay.
Still alive. Good.
Kick him in the nuts.
I have a more suitable death in mind for you, child.
Kicked him first in the nuts. Well, silence, now's the time to save me.
My entire life, I've always known one thing with prophetic certainty. That I was destined for glory as a great champion of the sun. Even when Jiran was murdered, even when Meridian fell, I never doubted my destiny. Until you came along. When I heard that you had survived, a doubt took root in my mind. As sure as the sun rises and falls each day, those I am bade to kill die. And yet I failed. How? Why? With each dig site you attacked, each loyal soldier you killed, this pestering doubt grew. It grew when High Priest Bahavas went missing, and when the true Sun King Itamen was snatched away. It not only grew, but multiplied. I kept thinking of the moment my knife pierced your throat. One twist, a simple tug of the blade, and you would have bled out. In slaughter, I am a practiced hand. So why hesitate? Why fail my destined purpose?
See that scar on your cheek? You didn't get to finish.
Yes, I remember. He fought well. For a savage.
His name was Rost, and he was a better man than you could ever hope to be.
The better man is the one who doesn't end up with his guts steaming on the ground. No. It wasn't him. I could have finished you before he attacked. But I didn't. This failing troubled my thoughts. Haunted every step. It was only when I captured you, down in that place, that I finally glimpsed the sun's design etched at length across the course of events. You were meant to survive that day on the mountain. Meant to interfere at dig sites and kill my men. Meant to eliminate High Priest Bahavas. Meant to snatch Itamen away. Conversely, I was meant to capture you. Here. So that you might die as a sacrificial offering to the sun. Everything as it was meant to be. Predestined and preordained.
Some destiny. You're following orders, not some grand cosmic design. You're a puppet, with Hades yanking the strings. A pawn pushed around by larger forces. It'd be laughable if there weren't so much killing involved. Hades is an ancient machine, not the buried shadow of Karja myth. It doesn't care about Meridian. It wants to kill everything and everyone. And you are its dutiful slave.
I serve not the buried shadow, but the sun in shadow. All halves of nature joined to one cause. Shadow to sun, dark to light.
Do you really not hear how ridiculous that sounds? You've gone from serving an insane homicidal Sun King to an insane homicidal machine. You're moving down in the world, not up.
I'll remember those words as I watch your corpse burn. Whatever's left of it. You fail to grasp the point. As surely as you've been conquered, so has all doubt. And with certainty of belief comes unstoppable force.
Then enter this cage and put your faith to the test. See if things work out like you expect.
The circle has closed. Every element is in its proper place, exactly where it belongs. The errant beast, now caged, will serve her true purpose. A sacrificial animal. Oh, speaking of sacrifice, I forgot to tell you. After you crashed the Eclipse network, I sent messengers into the east to rally the forces there and mount an invasion of the sacred land. I ordered every Nora killed. I was hoping to catch you there, but alas, it all seems to have been unnecessary.
Why butcher dozens of innocents for no gain? It's a waste of effort.
You're right. I won't even be there to enjoy it. In any case, I couldn't recall the order even if I wished to. Thanks to your destruction of the network, communication over distances is impossible. You not only doomed yourself, but an entire tribe. Do we not see the scorching judgment of the sun in these events? Your focus. Such a powerful device, isn't it? And yet, so fragile. So you see, this time, I did not hesitate. The knife has already been twisted.
Faithful, rejoice! Our years in shadow are over. A new dawn trembles on the horizon. A new day, soon to break. And when it does, the false Sun King will be dead, and Holy Meridian ours once more. In this, I have become an instrument of prophecy. All halves of nature join to one cause. Shadow to sun, light to dark, night to day. Behold! Hold your seats! Can you not see the proof of the sun's blessing before your eyes? How else could shadows such as these prowl in broad light of day? Were they not approved by the sun and joined to our cause? Many years ago, to consecrate this great ring, the Radiant Turan ordered many faithless, crushed beneath the hooves of the behemoth. Mighty is the behemoth in the eye of the sun, but it is mightier still, infused with the power of shadow. Let this one, who schemed and slithered, be the first to die! Let her be the first of thousands!
Assuming direct control.
I'll never beat that thing without weapons. My weapons are up on the platform. There's no way out of this ring. Maybe I could use its strength against it.
Well, I thought that would work.
Getting ready to charge. I wasn't built to take a behemoth's charge either.
Come on.
Gotta get out of the way. That pillar's weak. Another hit, and that pillar will come down. He's charging. That did it. One more pillar and that platform will come down. And my weapons won't. I should try Try luring the behemoth into the pillars. It's down. Freeze canister on its hips. Cryo arrow shoots at those components on the sides of its head. They've got something to do with its lift attacks. Canister on its belly. Looks important.
How could this be?
Shadows, kill her! Kill her!
Why leave it to them? Come get me yourself!
Silence. Bod, is it Aaron? corrupt them, and then they'd have to re-ravage them. The real question is, how does he corrupt his own entity? They follow him instead. You also have a sweet spear.
So you're here. Really here. You risked your life.
Of course I did. If you'd been killed, the Nora's sacred mountain would never have given up its secrets.
Too bad you wasted your time, then. Helis destroyed my focus. And the Alpha Registry with it.
I made a copy.
Not at all. The whole time I've been monitoring your focus, I've duplicated every data file you scanned. Installing that data to a new focus was trivial and easy. Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
You're really good at making it impossible to like you, Silence. But I guess I need this.
It's time to see where you were born. Maybe you'll even learn why.
Yeah. Meet the machine that birthed me into this world. Isn't that how you put it?
I'll be off.
Wait.
Yes?
Since when can you override machines?
Ever since you discovered the technique. I had to destroy a corruptor to obtain the necessary parts, of course. But your example showed me how to do that as well. Yet another benefit of monitoring your activities through your focus. Truth be told, the underlying logic of the technique isn't so different from rites practiced by Banuk shamans. Though, of course, far more advanced.
Great. You're welcome, I guess. Helis recognized you back in the Sun Ring. You told me that you'd assisted the Eclipse. Not that you knew the man who killed my... who almost killed me.
So now you know. The man is a serious threat. So let's do all we can to make sure that he and Hades don't succeed.
Right. How did you track my location when I wasn't wearing a focus?
Really, Aloy? It doesn't take a genius to surmise that Helis would throw you into the Sun Ring at high noon. I wore out 2 striders getting here in time, but I did. Now be on your way.
I'll be on my way. To make matters worse, Helis ordered an Eclipse detachment to attack the Nora Sacred Land. The tribe's already weak. They won't stand a chance. You should come with me.
Well, absolutely not. I have preparations to make elsewhere.
What kind of... Why do I bother asking? You're not gonna tell me.
When the time is right, I'll be in touch. I'll contact you later. In the meantime, should you need to return to Shadow Karja territory, I brought armor to conceal your identity.
You think of everything, don't you?
One of us has to. Aloy, when you were recovering the Alpha Registry down in the Zero Dawn bunker, I was needlessly cruel. For your sake, I hope there is someone waiting there for you inside the mountain. Not a what, but a who. Yeah!
Travis Tate's your father. That's why you're so extreme death metal. Got his down-home sensibilities inside you, girl. Wow, no kidding here. Wow. Going quite a ways. Alright, let's travel here. Fast travel's not allowed. How about here? Save here. And we'll ride the rest of the way in on the back of my Strider. The next episode. Sorry, we're about to separate you and I. Let's just remember the honor of Travis Tate, the man who destroyed all life because ridiculous jackass who just wanted to jack off all the time and lost Eastern European torture porn. Seriously, why did they hire that guy? Like, no matter how brilliant he is, why the fuck would you put obvious sociopath in charge of destruction. And then let him live out the next 30 years with all of you. Judgment. I have it.